Hey guys, happy Monday. It's episode 130. Welcome back to the show. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. Hi. Just settling in here in my studio. I'm on YouTube Monday through Friday. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on at all the places you can subscribe. I got Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to my Instagram account. Fucking follow me on Instagram. Subscribe there. Go over to subscribe on patreon.com/tjms. Yeah, just go everywhere and subscribe, click things, support the show. Speaking of Patreon, it's where you support the show, right, and get access to my exclusive content. My patrons get phone calls, shout outs. They get my behind the scenes videos no one else gets to see. They get pictures no one else gets to see. So check it out. I'm feeling good. It's Monday, start of a new week. Should we goal set today? Should we talk about what we want to accomplish? What is it? Monday, December fucking January 11th, 2021. I feel like this is going to be a juicy week in the world, in current events, politics. I think Biden's making a speech on Thursday, which will be interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. I'm just going to update you guys. Here's what I want to say. I decided on a topic today. We're going to talk about 21 questions to ask yourself in 2021 or today. We're going to do them all today. So that's going to be the juicy story time after I go over my daily update. Basically, all I have to tell you is this. I'm going to list it off and we'll get into the 21 questions. Basically, last night I podcasted. I watched Ozark. I went to bed. My Whoop strap said I got 6 hours and 23 minutes of sleep, which is great. I recovered 49%, which is not great. These are my stats. These are my fucking my vitals. I have to tell you guys my vitals right now. I got about 8,000 milligrams caffeine in me. Anyways, so I slept great, woke up. You guys know what I'm up to now. I don't put my phone by my bed, so I get shit done first thing in the morning, where before I didn't even think it was a problem. I'd wake up and get on my phone, but I wake up at 6. I wouldn't get out of bed till 7, and I'm just wasting time. So basically I got shit done this morning, made coffee, kind of tidied up my bedroom, put my pillows and my blankets on, made my bed, brushed my teeth, washed my face, all that stuff, put on a walking outfit because I made coffee and went on a walk and woke up with the sunset. The fucking sunrise. So yeah, I had a great morning. On my walk, so one of my new goals is to talk to a stranger every single day. This old man walked by me on my walk. Of course, we're both walking in the morning. Okay. Anyways, he said hello, good morning, how are you? And I said, I'm great, thanks. And we kept walking, and I count that as a conversation. I talked to a stranger today. It happened at 6:30 this morning. It was great. I just liked getting the fresh air. I think I used to do morning walks all the time, but lately I've been doing hikes where it's like a weekend thing, or I do nighttime walks. But I woke up first thing and did that. Felt good to breathe that fresh air and be outside, and no one was really up. So I don't know. I did that, came home, did yoga. I did Travis Elliott's yoga, 30-minute edge flow on YouTube. Holy motherfucking shit. Okay, I'm trying. Let me let you in on my yoga practice right now. I keep talking about yoga. It's my thing, okay? It's like what I'm up to workout-wise, and I'm torturing on purpose. I'm torturing myself on purpose with these workouts because there's a hump you got to get over. You have to get over in yoga, where if you don't have your upper body chaturanga tricep strength going on, you're fucked. All these harder advanced level classes suck if you don't have really good strength to weight ratio and whatever that's called. So anyways, I do this class, and it's 30 minutes of torture on my arms and my back because I'm trying to like really, I want to do it. I don't know. I've been doing it about 4 times a week. So every time I do the class, it gets a little easier. So I did that for 30 minutes and it was hell, but I got through it. Put on the Tim Dillon podcast, latest one, took a shower, did my makeup, made more coffee, and then I almost passed out, guys. Let me slow down. All right. I think I exerted my body too much and I didn't have breakfast and I was too excited to podcast. Story of my life. This happens every fucking time I try to record. I had all this energy. I'm like, I'm doing my makeup. I'm going to record, make more coffee. And then I was like lightheaded. Holy shit. So I made breakfast. Guys, this is going to sound disgusting, but I do 2 fried eggs, avocado, butternut squash, and red onion, salt and pepper. Red onion, butternut squash, avocado, 2 eggs. Put it in a bowl and eat it. It's so good. That's what I had. I revived myself. Fuck. Okay. I need to like take a breath. It revived me and I feel great. Okay. So that's it. That's pretty much the life update section done. That segment's done. I don't have transition music, but we're going to do the 21 questions to ask yourself now. Let me take a sip of coffee first. Oh, I have a new item. Oh, guys, I'm looking for a new couch. I have an alert on my phone on OfferUp. Because I'm not shy about telling you guys I don't mind buying a couch off of OfferUp. Might as well. It's brand new. $600. That's a good price on that one. I'm trying to get the Utopia couch from Living Spaces, but honestly, when I went to measure it in the store, it is going to be a little too big, but I'm thinking about getting it anyways and making it just like sucking up that there's going to be a little gap in the door or a little block in my doorway. Anyways, so transition music, take a sip of coffee. Why do I feel like I suck at this now? Fuck me. Okay, you know what? I don't know. I feel boring. All right, taking a sip of coffee. I think here's what I'm up against, I feel like right now. I haven't been living life and going out and experiencing things to talk about other than like I go on a walk, I do yoga, I go watch Ozark at night, and I'm on, like I'm at the grocery store, I'm at the beach, I'm on a hike. Like there's not a lot of human interaction happening other than that old man who said hello. So I got to work on that. In fact, I was going to socialize this weekend, but as you know, I had COVID symptoms. I'm like, I'm not messing with that. So next weekend, I can probably update you guys, or I'll have more stories to tell about like hanging out with people and doing shit because I feel boring. This is dry. All right, questions to ask yourself. I wrote these last summer, or I found these questions on some like self-help website. And I like put them in a Google Doc just to like refer to. So I'm going to do my best to answer them honestly and on the fly here. Maybe I'll rope you guys in too. Question number 1, 21 questions to ask yourself. Question number 1. Do I like who I am right now? Honestly, yeah. Yes. Yes. Do I need to elaborate? Why do I like who I am right now? I feel like I'm in the flow. I feel like I'm being nice to myself lately. I'm accomplishing a lot of stuff. I'm like achieving my goals and staying up, and I'm happy, and I feel like I'm a good person. My relationships are all solid. I don't know. I like myself. What else should I say? Now is this going to be even more fucking boring than me telling you guys I went on a walk this morning and talked to an old man? Like, do I like who I am right now? Yes. Next question. Ooh, what would I truly regret not doing if I died tomorrow? Oh my God. Well, I started a podcast. That's off the table. I think for the longest time, to let you guys in on my regret, my life, like the things I've regretted doing would be, I'd say, this is so like stupid, but ever since I was in 7th grade, I wanted to be a beauty guru, like a beauty YouTuber, but I was too insecure and self-conscious to ever really take that step and get on camera and record makeup videos, so I never did it. And I feel like that stuck around with me until I was like 22, 23. Like I still dabbled. I was like sort of making YouTube videos, but I never really did it full on. And whenever I did do it, I just felt like I've just changed as a person. I feel like I've grown up and it's not that interesting to me anymore. Like I'm not a big, like I like doing my makeup, but I'm not obsessed with it. It's not my hobby, you know? So for the longest time though, there was always that little piece of regret in me. Like I wish I got in the game back when it all started. Cause here I've watched these beauty YouTube people. I've watched them grow up, become massively successful. And then here I am like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think looking back, I wish I would have done it and started in 7th grade when I wanted to. But if I died tomorrow, what would I truly regret not doing now? I mean, literally, if like, I feel like the first thing I can think of is if I died tomorrow, I would regret not being in my, like with family right now, with all of them right now. I think that seems like the biggest regret I would have, not being able to say goodbye to family and everyone right now, today, like hanging out with them. So, but that aside, like what's some big thing I want to do that I'd regret not doing? I don't know. I don't really live with a lot of regret, to be honest. I don't like sit and go, oh, I wish I did that, or oh, I wish I did that. I don't know. I'd say being with family. Okay. What am I most likely very wrong about? Question number 3. What am I most likely very wrong about? Everything. I feel like I'm wrong about a lot of shit. Like, I don't know. I don't have a depth of knowledge on any one topic. I'm not the most sophisticated speaker with the biggest vocabulary. And so I feel like when I talk about current events, and this is maybe a little bit of an insecurity right now as a podcast host, I feel like when I get on the microphone and riff and rant or just talk about what's happening in the world, I feel like I don't really have a lot to say about it other than this is the headline. Wow, that's fucked, or oh, that's kind of stupid, da 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 da. And I just don't have a lot of, like, I guess again, a depth of knowledge about things, so I feel kind of stupid. And that's I'm probably wrong about the fact that I feel like, to you guys might be like, Jacqueline, what the fuck, you make sense, you're fine, like who cares? But sometimes I think about, wow, I need to like read more. I need to plug myself in and like really understand what's going on. Like foreign affairs and politics and taxes and fucking stimulus and how everything and how it all fucking works. Okay, but what am I most likely wrong about currently? Potentially the stocks I'm in. I might be super wrong about these companies, but I shouldn't even invest in them if that's how I feel. But maybe, that's always on the table. You might be really wrong about what your predictions are and what you think. But I know in the past I was very wrong about I saw myself in such a bad way compared to what people probably thought of me. Like you always think, like when I had my super insecure phase with a really low self-esteem, I feel like I was wrong about all that. Like I was awesome, I was cool, I was fun, but like I didn't see it, so I was definitely wrong about that. I'm sure you guys probably relate to that. And now I'm not wrapped up in caring, like I don't care what people think about me, and that's the most like freeing. Okay, wait. It's not that I don't care what people think about me. There's always a little piece of a human being that has that little there that cares. But it doesn't even cross my mind, especially when I'm socializing. Like if I'm meeting people for the first time, I'm not worried at all like I used to be. I'm just like there. I'm like, hey man, what's up? Like, hi girls, like whatever. And I'm not sitting there analyzing myself like, do I look okay? Am I cool? Do they like me? I didn't even think about that anymore. So anyways, what am I on now? Number 4. What could I give a 40-minute presentation on with no preparation? Shit. I was going to say something inappropriate, but I'll refrain. Just use your imagination. I could talk about a lot of things for 40 minutes. Hold on. Got 2 guys with a truck. They got the back of the truck bed has a bunch of 2x4s in it. This guy's wearing a hat backwards. I can't tell if he's hot because he's wearing his hat backwards, but I think he's got a good face. His friend there is about 50. They look like contractors. I don't know. They're backed up in front of my apartment here. Wonder what they're doing. Why are they transporting lumber on Monday right now? Where are they going with it? Yeah, that guy's actually kind of hot. He's got man bun neighbor beat, who I saw earlier on my walk this morning. I did see man bun neighbor. It's getting to the point now where we're crossing paths in person, where before it was just me looking outside through the window during the podcast talking about him. Now I'm on walks. I'm around the neighborhood passing him. So anyways, what was I going to say next? What could I give a 40-minute presentation on with no preparation? I didn't premeditate any of these answers, so I'm just sitting here trying to think off the top of my head. Podcasting. I'd be like, all right, kids, sit down and shut the fuck up. Here's how you podcast. You put on a headset. It's my style, so I'm going to say put on a headset, open GarageBand, file new, enter. Press the record button. Stop it when you're done. Find a podcast host, some sort of thing you can upload it to. Upload that bitch, and you're done. Like, it's that easy. You just open your mouth and talk and upload it. That's all. I could talk for 40 minutes about, I could talk forever about podcasting, but I mean, I do all this pretty much no preparation as it is. So, okay, next question. What things have I number 5, what things have I had to unlearn? I'd say, okay, this is about 2 years ago now. How long has it been? I like to say I got my soul stripped, and I hate to be like dramatic, but I was going through this. I was involved in a relationship that was very bad for me and my, I guess, for my self-esteem. Like, I basically felt after it all unfolded and went down, I didn't know who I was. My self-esteem and my self-worth was in the shitter. I had zero confidence in who I was. And so I had to like unlearn all of these things that were, what is it called? Like, put on me, all these said to me ideas about who I am, like that were not my own, that were given to me by someone else, that I started to internalize and believe. I did unlearn all those new toxic beliefs about myself. So there's that. And that's been a journey, I'd say, over the last couple of years. And now I feel like I'm rock solid. I'm like, fucking, I love myself. I'm cool. Like, I have no, like, I wonder if I'm, fucking weird or this or that. I don't even care. I'm so solid in who I am now, and it feels great. But I definitely had to unlearn all those like phrases and those things said to me where I was like taking it on, like, oh, I am bad at this. I do suck at that. I shouldn't open my mouth and talk in a meeting, and I shouldn't fucking, I sound stupid every time. Like, literally, I could go on. I was fucking stripped, man. I was like hung out to dry at one point. I was like, who the fuck am I? Anyways, next question. I know that was kind of vague, but I want to tread lightly. I don't want to get into details about that relationship and that experience, but basically I'm a lot better now. Let's just do the next question. All right. Number 6. Why did I decide to do what I'm doing right now in my life? Why am I a podcast host? Why am I living in San Diego? Why am I drinking coffee from Starbucks blonde espresso, over buying local? Why am I lighting this candle? I did buy local. This candle is locally bought, locally made. Shout out Often Wander Candles. I think they sell them at Urban Outfitters, but they're a hop, skip, and a jump away from my doorstep, and I get refills for half off in the same. You can like refill the container with a different scent. It's great. How did I get where I am right now? Why did I choose this? Well, as you know, 2020 was interesting. It was a roller coaster of lows. It was like high. It was like January, February, roller coaster, going to the top of the drop part, and then fucking March, lost my job, straight down, for like 4 months, all the way through July. Depression, as my what does my family say? We have these phrases. So we have potential and depression. So then 4 months of depression, roller coaster, just fucking crashed. And then the back half of 2020 was like August, therapy, medication for my depression, and working on myself and committing to never going back and having those negative spirals all day long and laying in bed all day and not going outside and all the just horrible shit. So I committed to changing. I committed to working on myself. And number one reason why I'm doing this podcast is because if 2020 taught me anything, whatever you want to do, whatever your dream is, whatever, so if you've been thinking about doing something for a long time, last year taught me just start, do it, start it. And it's interesting because I never set out to do a podcast, right? I never planned on it. It happened so randomly. I've told the story many times. It was like it was literally a combination of me watching a Rogan episode on my TV, the last one in his old studio, and someone DMing me, hey, you should start a podcast. You should talk about this topic, something I posted on my story, right? And then I got my old iPhone headphones and had the little microphone like people use on TikTok. Do you guys see them use those little, like they just hold the microphone next to their face? I literally within 10 minutes of that Rogan episode sat down and started recording. Immediately was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, this is my passion. Holy shit, this is my I like immediately fell in love with podcasting, and I haven't stopped since. So the interesting thing about the podcast and the reason why I did it, because what's the question? Let's refer back. Why did I decide to do what I'm doing right now in my life? Like I told you earlier, I always want to be a YouTuber. I've always envisioned myself as someone who's an online person, whatever that means, whether it's a YouTuber, Instagram influencer, whatever, something online, a creative, a content creator. Like I've always seen that for myself, or like it's been a gut thing, but I didn't podcasting picked me. I didn't pick podcasting. Does that make sense? Because what I was picking was not right. It wasn't a good fit for me. Every time I did a YouTube vlog, every time I, tried to do the influencer shit, it felt like I was reading a script and I was playing an act. I was like putting on this persona of what I should sound and look like. And you know how there's like a formula with influencers, and everyone kind of does the same thing, talks the same, and I think I've beaten that to death. Especially in the beginning of the show, I went hard on influencers. I like ranted, I talked about it, my opinions, and I'm not going to do that today, but podcasting picked me. It just felt right. It felt the most natural. It felt the most like raw and real way to connect with people on the internet and be that online person. So but the reason I committed is I decided last year, I decided that I need to commit and decide on things instead of getting excited like for one day on the podcast and then never doing it again. I need to pick something that feels right and commit. And I've been doing that with other things like my yoga. That's another way or another area I've committed to in my life. But why am I in San Diego? Why am I here? There's another part of the question, like, why did you decide to do what you're doing right now? I mean, I think of my move here was like so I think I recognized early on, I talked about this the other day, that California was cool and like it was a place to be, and it's sunny and there's beaches and it's like LA and Hollywood and movies and actors. And of course, you know, I grew up acting and I was always kind of, I don't know, like I like putting on a show and being entertaining. Like that was my role in the family because we were, I don't know, just like a fun-loving bunch of people who roasted each other all the time. We always watched like funny movies, and my dad was like a stand-up comedian in the house, and I just liked being on and being in front of people, and that never really changed. And so it's not like I moved to LA to pursue a career in, you know, some sort of entertainment thing, but I recognized early on that this was like Southern California was the hub of it. And then when I traveled here, I was like, oh my God, I gotta move. It just felt right. It felt like this was the first time I came to a city and was like, I could live here. This feels like home. So I ended up here because it was like my little dream, you know? I want to graduate college, which I did. I worked at my university for a year as a program coordinator for international students. And after a year at that, I was like, I got to get out of here. I was in my little college town in Pullman, Washington, and I was like, I gotta go to California. So I packed up and drove out here, and 2.5 years later, here I am. So it's been the best, I feel like the best decision of my life. I feel like it's everything to me. I don't know. And even this morning, I'm like, every time I look at a palm tree, it still feels like I'm on vacation. I don't know if that will ever go away, but I have this deep love and appreciation for this city. And yeah, so, all right, next question, question 7. What is the most impactful no I've said recently? The most impactful no. Oh God, 2 things come to mind. We'll start with the lighter one. We'll start with the heavier one. Or no, excuse me. Start with the lighter one and with the heavier one. So I told someone no this weekend. I was supposed to like hang out with someone, watch football, right? And I felt sick. I had COVID symptoms, and I'm like, I'm just not seeing people this weekend. So I didn't. I said no. And that was impactful. Like I didn't feel bad about it. I was like, I'm saying no. I don't feel bad about it. I'm not hanging out. I couldn't taste for 2 days, and my throat hurt. So I was like, all right, staying home. That's kind of a dumb example, but that wasn't like an impactful no. I said no. I don't know if I should tell a story. I don't know. You know, I'll just tell it. And I'll be basically back to that thing I mentioned where I was basically in a narcissistic, emotionally abusive situation with an employer. I'll just call them an employer. It was uncomfortable as a woman to, after a year at it, I was uncomfortable as a woman to be in that workplace and witness what I was witnessing. And the way I was being treated was completely uncalled for. So the most impactful no I said was, without saying what I said in this situation, because it's not important for this story, I basically finally said no, I will not tolerate this. No. And then I guess the most impactful no was me like physically saying no by removing myself and quitting on the spot and not saying a word and never going back. So that pretty much changed my, like, the course of my life, and it helped me grow so much as a person, because for that entire year, like I told you, I felt like my soul was getting stripped, and I lost myself and who I was before San Diego. And throughout that year, it was like me trying to stay up and like feel good about myself, but it was so hard because I kept having these negative things reinforce, and the gaslighting, the manipulation, the whole thing, it happened to a T with me and this person. So I just like said no. I walked away, and the day I left, I literally walked out into the world. I'll never forget. I was at my gym in La Jolla, and I was like, I don't know who I am. It's like, I literally had those thoughts. Like, I'm on the treadmill. I was like walking in the gym. I get on the treadmill. I'm like, who am I? It was so crazy. And so the last couple of years has been the rebuild, right? I'm trying to like restore the Jacqueline, the inner Jacqueline that was always there, and find her again. And I feel like she's back and she's better than ever. But that verbal no, I did and said, and then the physical me quitting and getting out of there no was probably the most impactful no. And that was a couple years ago. So it's something, not the question was something recently I said no to. I guess the person this weekend who wanted to watch football. I said no. That's like a dumb one. All right, next question. Question 8. Or am I on 9? 8? 8. I think I'm on 8. What is one thing I would do if it was impossible to fail? Oh, so many things. I would skydive today. The fact that skydiving, this sounds maybe insane to people that do it or who have done it. The fact, to me, skydiving is a 50-50 fucking chance of survival. The parachute either goes or it doesn't. That's it. So, to me, too risky. That's a 50-50 chance in my eyes. But if it was impossible to fail and I wouldn't, there was no issues with parachutes or falling to your death, then I would do it today. And maybe that will change, who knows? Maybe someday I'll do it. But I think, if it was impossible to fail, I'd go skydiving. All right, next question. What am I addicted to? Dude, you guys all know that answer. Social media, man. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to podcasting. I'm addicted to caffeine. I was addicted to nicotine for 2 years. Not anymore. Why'd I have like when I said that? Not anymore. Yeah, I was on that Juul, bitch. I was on that Juul, and I had lung issues for 2 days, couldn't breathe, had to quit cold turkey, and best decision of my life. But I used to be addicted to nicotine. I would say my addictions are social media, like no shame. I love the internet. Big fan of social media, big fan of Instagram. I recently deleted Twitter, so I feel like it's going to be good for my usage, the fact that I don't have Twitter now. Just big F you to Twitter. Just want to say that right now, publicly. I'm coming on camera, say, Twitter, go fuck yourself. Not a big fan anymore. Not about you. You suck. Quote me, cancel me, whatever you got to do. I don't care. Not a big fan. But yeah, I'm addicted to social media, caffeine, and podcasting. And recently taking pics. Like, I just have this fucking routine now where I'm like, I feel cute and I'm like, I got to take a picture right now. I think for the longest time I was just like putting a little selfie on my story, and then I never really sit and take a picture of myself, or if I'm out and about doing something, I never, take a moment to like document it. I grew out of that phase. I feel like I was heavily in that Instagram pic phase. It's like, the thing is, I've never grown out of it, but I haven't been trying hard with it ever, where I feel like now I'm actually like trying hard. I'll just admit to that. Like, you see me nonchalantly like taking a selfie, laying in bed, whatever. No, that's a very well thought out, curated image. It didn't just happen naturally. Like, I don't have a roommate. I'm taking my own pics. I have ring lights. I have tripods. I have 10-second timers. I'm taking my own pics. Okay. So recently I've been kind of addicted to posting on Instagram, and I feel like it's a healthy addiction because, back to what I was saying about building my self-esteem back and my confidence, like, it's helped. It sounds maybe stupid, but it's just what works for me. Like, I like seeing myself in a positive light in a nice picture where I'm like, I feel cute and it makes me feel good. Like, I don't know. I like getting dressed up, putting my, cute outfits on, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think I used to be like, oh, that's so narcissistic and self-absorbed. But you know what? Fuck it. If If it makes you happy, if it's fun, do it. It's like playing dress up as a kid. Same shit. So anyways, what am I addicted to? Caffeine, social media, podcasting, Instagram pics. All right. Next question, question 10. What milestone am I working toward in my personal and professional life? Milestone number 1, personal. To be honest, a fucking husband. That's a milestone I'd like to accomplish or get to. Milestone number 1 would be personal life, husband, and kids. All right. Professional life, I want to currently, I'm in PR. I'd like to gain more and more skills, learn more and more and more every day with my job, and go big, at some point. That's kind of vague. It's not very specific, but I think every day is an opportunity to learn and grow, especially at your job. Like, ask your boss questions, ask questions, like, never be, like, the number one thing in business is you're not the smartest person in the room, right? So ask questions, like, reach up to someone who knows more than you and that's better than you, and just grow and grow and grow. And I feel like professionally, I think we can all work on that this year and strive for that instead of just kind of staying the same. So level up professionally, and personally, I'm trying to get booed up and fucking married with some kids. All right. Fuck it, I don't care. Question 11. Okay, what would I most regret not having told someone if I died tonight? Why haven't I told them yet? Oh my God, I need to take a sip of coffee. Guys, I read something 2 days ago. Speaking of getting booed up, did I tell you how my grandma wrote in her journal? My grandma wrote in her journal when she met my grandpa. And it's crazy because they got married, had kids, and here I am, right? So yesterday when I was planning my week, I have this journal. I'm showing the camera. I don't care. If someone comes to my house and steals this, they'll find out what I said in this. But now you know. I met someone, and until yesterday, I forgot that I had written about it. And just being honest and open, like, this is kind of embarrassing, but I rediscovered that yesterday when I was planning my week. Because what I do is sometimes I get all my journals out. I just like skim through and see what I was talking about a couple of years ago, whatever. So the fact that I found this is insane. And I guess what's the question? What would I most regret not having told someone if I died tonight? I would say I would regret not telling this person my true feelings. And but again, it's like with family, like, I'd want to tell everyone I love them and all of that, because obviously, but if it wasn't like me sitting with family, if I'm going to die tonight, I'd have to tell this person how I truly feel. And that's kind of sad that I haven't. But I think with everything in life, there's a time and place, you know what I mean? There's a time and place, and timing is everything. There's tons of time in my life to do that, to explore that. I'm not in any kind of rush, you know what I'm saying? So who knows? Maybe we'll end up together. Who the fuck knows? Next question, question 12. What makes me feel most alive? Podcasting. I mean, fucking A. Podcasting. I say it all the time. This feels like flying. This feels like the biggest, fattest hit of any drug you can possibly take. It's like better than that. It sounds psychotic, but literally getting on the microphone and talking to myself is the most exhilarating thing ever. Slightly being sarcastic. I don't know. I do feel really alive when I do this. But this is it, to be honest. My favorite feeling, or my most alive feeling, is when I'm at a concert, when I'm in a crowd of people and there's music and energy and bass and lights and just craziness. Like, I feel the most alive in those moments. And unfortunately, we have been robbed of that. So moving forward, I'd like to attend 50 fucking concerts a year and do that every fucking weekend, because I don't think I've ever felt more alive than at like a music festival or concert or something like that. So yeah, next question. I feel like I'm going so slow. And what am I on? Question 12, 13? I'm losing track of my question numbers because I just bullet pointed these. So I think I'm on 12. I just did what makes me feel most alive. Okay, next question. Number 13, let's just call it 13. What is something I do differently than most people? Oh, God. What is something I do differently than most people? Is there something weird I fucking do? I guess in terms of podcasting, I'm not a weekly podcaster. I'm a daily podcaster. So that's different. I'm so different. You know, I'm trying to differentiate. What's it called in marketing or whatever? Like how you differentiate yourself in the market. My unique proposition. What the fuck is it called? Terminology, you know, it's out the window. Again, I'm not well versed on any one subject. I should know more about, I should know what that means, that term. What's my differentiator? I do it 7 days a week. That's different than most podcasters, I would say, but I guess what do I do differently than most people? Sometimes, and I feel like I felt like an alien my whole life because I feel like I think different sometimes. But a lot of people think different. That's not most people though. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I'm woke or oh, I know what's up. But like sometimes I see situations. Here's what I do differently than some people. I won't say most people, but I just got blessed with the, I don't know how to say it. Like I don't have fear and worry are really like, they're not, how do I say this? I don't struggle with anxiety and worry and fear and like getting worked up about situations. Like I'm pretty, I guess I just don't think anything really matters that much. And is that stupid to say? I don't know. You might think that, but I'm the type of person where I think differently than I'd say a lot of people that are hung up on small stuff and really like, especially I remember, you know, like in jobs I've had, my coworkers would be like, we'd be in training and they'd be like so stressed out, like, oh my God. And I'd be sitting there like kick back, deep breathe, and like not even giving a fuck, not overthinking. And I think that's served me really well in life, where especially with the current events, like I have this optimistic approach to everything where I know it sucks now, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I do see, like my brain works out situations through and through where I go, okay, if it sucks now, what are the possible like outcomes, the routes to some sort of positive outcome? Because it's not going to just be a shitstorm forever, especially with the current pandemic situation and shutdowns. Like there's in my eyes, like it's going to get better. Okay. Somehow it's going to get better. So I've worked out situations and scenarios, and I've even talked about them on the show here about what I think is going to happen this year over the next, especially 6 months. But, I don't know. I've like that Gary V optimism thing. Just, there's always a, what did I write? I wrote this. I think it's on Instagram. I should probably delete it. Sometimes I write stuff and I'm like, oh God, nobody cares. But let me find it here. I think I have a writing highlight. It's basically about my, like, I'm not reasonable. I think I wrote something like, I'm not reasonable. Like, it's not reasonable to do a podcast 7 days a week, right? Or it's not, whatever. Okay, yeah, I wrote, I am not reasonable. The question I'm on, 13, what is something I do different than most people? This way I wrote, I am not reasonable. Every great thing that has happened in my life is because I abandon reason. I never say, yeah, but I can't because everything is possible. Why not me? I get everything I want in life because of this abundance mindset. That's what it's called, abundance mindset. I just reverse engineer the steps to get what I want and then go do it. For example, if I need more money to invest in something, I don't freak out about it at all. I know that I'm better at finding ways to make more money than thinking small, worrying, and saving up. My goal forces me to work harder, and I never feel trapped. I don't focus on the lack, I focus on the gain. I learned that from someone, by the way, I think I've talked about before. Like, some people are just better at finding more ways to make money than worrying and saving up and thinking small. Like, just work, like, do more, push harder, find a way to make more, diversify your income, like, invest here, do a side job, do a side hobby, like, whatever it is, versus doing one little thing, having one stream of income and just saving and staying in that box. Like, I don't know. But I think that's like what the Russell Wilson quote, why not us? The Seahawks, shout out Seahawks once again, RIP this year. But you kind of have to have that why not me mentality. Like for podcasting, I keep saying it. I'm the one that, I just happen to be the person that stepped up to the plate and said, I'll do it. I'll get on a microphone, talk about life and talk about shit and get on here 7 days a week. I'll do it. Not everyone's called or not everyone's cut out for it, but I'm just the type of person that is kind of like, I'll do it. I'll be a member of society on a fucking microphone, entertaining people, and that's what it is. It's not necessarily reasonable doing this every day, but I'm fucking doing it. All right, next question. Number 14, what am I great at? This is kind of a long episode. Are you guys doing okay? Jesus. I got a Penske. What is that, Penske? Penske oil? Is that yellow truck outside? I don't know what those two construction guys were doing earlier, by the way. The backwards hat and the old man, like, I don't know what that was, but usually if you're new, I people watch a lot on the show, but there hasn't been that much action today, so. Okay, what am I great at? Fuck. Podcasting. I don't know. I don't feel great at this. I'm great at being consistent at it. So far, I've proved that 130 days, but I think I'm great. This is so hard. Like, I saw this quote that was like, name something you suck at. Most people can name like 10 things just immediately. Like, I suck at this. But when they're asked, what are you great at? They struggle to answer because it's hard for people to come up. Most people think of like the stuff they need to improve. We're in the self-improvement era here in the United States, all about like climbing the ladder, getting better, self-improvement, achieve, strive, goals, right? So people think in terms of like they are bad at something they need to get better at or do more, work harder, right? But when it comes to asking what they're great at, most people freeze and it takes them a second. So I'd say, yeah, okay, I'm consistent. I'm good at being consistent at podcasting. That's a new thing for me. I can't say I suck at that because I've never missed a day. First thing I can think of. I'm great at, I feel like, cooking, baking. I do feel great at that. I feel like, nothing, see, this is where I'm like insecure. Like, I don't want to sound self-absorbed and full of myself and, oh my God, I'm so great. But I notice that I think I'm good at putting people at ease. Like, I'm a good listener, and especially with like friends and family, I feel like I'm a good listener, and I make people feel seen and heard, and I make them feel good about themselves. Like, I'm very, I don't know, like warm with people, like good at just like chit-chatting to strangers, making people feel good about themselves. I think I'm good at that. What's it called? I have good social skills. Fucking A. See, I don't want to say that because I sound self-absorbed. But I've been told, like, that's something I have, like, good people skills. I don't know. I'm just going to answer it with that. Number 15. Am I a better person today than I was yesterday? Actually, yeah. My arms are better arms than they were yesterday, because yesterday I had Because see, the yoga, this is what I love. Okay, again, I know I'm talking about yoga a lot, but every day you get a little bit better when you practice. So I feel like there's little subtle differences in my arms. Like I'm getting stronger and better at it. I don't know. So I'm better at yoga today than I was yesterday. That's a fun thing to build and to grow and to get better at. Yeah, I think I am. I don't know. How do you measure that? How do you measure being a better person today than you were yesterday? If it was literally like a Sunday, a football Sunday, hike day, transitioned into a Monday work day. I don't know. I think so. I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser. There you go. Number 16. Are you guys enjoying this? Again, I'm trying something new. I'm doing an entire podcast about 21 questions to ask yourself. You know, normally I go all over the place, but I'm trying to stay on a theme for this episode today to try it out. You guys, again, I'm learning and growing with the show. I'm not a pro at this. I know, I'm just trying to it's like a diary. I'm trying to reflect on myself right now. And maybe you guys can ask yourselves the same questions. I should have prompted you earlier. Like, I'm going to ask myself these questions. Ask, you go ask yourself these questions too. Okay. Number 16. Am I living the life I want to be living? Minus the social life, yes. I feel like the only thing missing in my life is an abundant social life and travel. Like, pretty much, I'm solid on my own. I love my lifestyle. I have everything I want and need. The great family. Like, everything's perfect, I'd say, except the social and travel aspect, where I'm not having a lot of, late weekends going out, doing fun stuff, whisking around the world. Like, I don't do much of that right now, but other than that, I feel like I am living my dream life. I think the podcast makes me feel like I'm living my dream life too, because my younger self would be like, that's cool. You're doing a podcast. That's cool. You used to want to be a YouTuber, but you chose the podcast thing. Here you go. I mean, technically I am a YouTuber doing this Monday through Friday, but whatever. Number 17, am I a human being or am I a human doing? Am I being or doing? I do a lot of doing. That's a thing that you gotta be conscious of. Am I being? Am I just existing and alive, or am I doing? I think I've got a good balance of both going on right now. The doing is the grind, the work, the kind of the strenuous efforts. Well, here's what I'll say about that. You can be a human being and experiencing while you're doing the strenuous stuff and the grind. Because if you're doing the grind and you're just going through the motions, you're doing it to cross it off and get it done, I think a good question to ask yourself is, are you enjoying this process? Are you just living in the moment and having a fun experience while you're doing it? Or are you just grinding through it and doing it? So I think lately I've been more present, all the good things with being present in the moment. I think that's, especially, I felt like that yesterday a lot. I did feel like that. Yesterday felt like a very present day. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit of both. I strive to be a human being more than a human doing. I think that's when you get stressed out and depressed, is if you just find yourself clocking in, clocking out, checking the box off, doing it every single day, and you're just like going through the motions, and then you're not like soaking the sun in and just like taking in this amazing life. You're not savoring your life. You're just grinding through it. So I think that's what's positive about doing a show by yourself. I'm just here to recommend it left and right. I could talk forever about being a solo podcast host, but it makes you, like this episode especially, because I'm asking myself questions, forces you to reflect and to kind of center yourself and be in the moment, which I think is good for mental health. A lot of people preach, go to therapy, get a therapist, talk therapy, talk it out, talk. Well, talking to yourself is, I'd say, I wouldn't say it's better, but it's another option. I know it's sad. It's like she sits and talks to herself, but fucking, I don't care. All right. Next question. Am I on 18? We're almost done here. What would I do differently if I knew no one would judge me? Is there something I don't do because people would judge me? I mean, show up on this naked, like just be on the microphone with no top on fucking YouTube. Just blur my tits the whole time. I don't know. Like, I can't think of something I do that's like, what would I get judged for? And I'm not doing it because I get judged. I don't know. There's nothing I really hold back on, to be honest. Like, if no one would judge me, what would I do differently? I don't know. Like, I honestly can't think of something. What's something I do that, or what's something I want to do, but I hold back on? I don't really. So here's the positive thing to realize right now is that on the podcast, I'm the most straight up, no bullshit, raw and real version of myself. Like, I'm not curating this or editing it at all. So I'm not refraining from saying things. Like, sometimes I tread lightly on topics and I don't talk about specific details because it's not important or it's too much. I don't want to talk about other people and like use their names or specific examples, but for the most part, I'm just letting it all hang out, just being honest. So yeah, I guess that's it. Next question, 19. We're almost done here. What is one thing I could do today to improve my quality of life? Oh, I know. Not watch TV up until the last second I pass out and watch Ozark right before falling asleep. I sleep great though. You know, that's the thing about sleep is I will have my phone. I'll fry my eyeballs in front of my phone every single night and I'll have great sleep. I have a Whoop strap. It tells me I'm recovering fine. And I don't have like grogginess or anything weird. I might lose my eyesight at 40, but that's not that's not anytime soon. So I don't know. What could I improve my quality of life? I could call a family member, my grandma. I could call her. I could go out to a restaurant tonight and talk to people or something, or like meet up with someone and do that. Improve my quality of life. What would that entail? I guess, yeah, people. That would improve my quality of life. Because here's the thing. I've got quality of life is like set. It's like solid right now. I mean, other than my shitty car, I feel like everything's good. Physically, like environment wise, like everything's fine. I have I have everything I need in my apartment. I have food, I have water. I do have a car to drive. That's positive. It's not my ideal car, but I have one. I have a good exercise routine. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I think the area I can improve would be social. I keep saying that. So yeah, I could go like grab some food with someone tonight or something. I don't know. Next question, question 20. When's the last time I heard the words, I love you? Like heard? Physically heard, like you heard it or you saw it in a text? Because my mom texted me this morning that she loves me. So that counts. But say on the phone with my mom, the last time I talked to her, or my dad, I don't know. I'd say like, yeah, recently, my parents. Next question, last question. There's like 4 here because there's 24 questions, but I'm only gonna do 21. I'm trying to pick one now. Am I holding on to something I need to let go of? Kind of deep. Yeah, I am. I think back to self-esteem and like my image and how I think of myself. I think I'm holding on. There's still a little bit of me that has the same beliefs and mindset around like who I am and things like how I come across, my personality, my voice, like how I look, you know. I used to be pretty hung up on that stuff, and I think there's still a piece of me that it still, like, those thoughts still creep around where I'm trying to, or I'm not trying to, I am nipping it in the ass now when I catch myself having those thoughts, cuz now I'm like, again, I keep saying it, I feel really solid in who I am, really confident, and I like myself more than ever. It's not ever 100%, but I think I'm still holding on to those past beliefs and thoughts about myself where they're not true, they're not useful, they're just background noise that don't have any business being in my life. God forbid them, or how dare they. That takes a while. I don't think it's an overnight thing, but now it's all about reinforcing the positive beliefs I have about myself and then all the good things. And I think I mentioned yesterday, we got to brainwash ourselves this year. We got to really stay up, stay positive, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what happens. We got to stay up. We got to push through it, focus on what we can control, and keep ourselves going instead of like letting the world events take over your psyche and make you feel like shit and like down. But same goes for your self-esteem. Like, you really got to focus on the positive things you like about yourself, and just send it, man. Just fucking send it. Fucking send it. All right, that's the 21 questions. That was kind of a long segment, I guess. That's really all I've got for today's episode. I went into my daily update, what I did last night, this morning. If you're curious what I'm going to do today, I'm going to work, take a little lunch break, go on a walk tonight to finish my 10,000 steps, make a good dinner, probably involving some fucking butternut squash again. I love butternut squash. It's so good. And yeah, maybe I'll do something tonight. Like I said, get social, go out and do something. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit that subscribe button. Head over to patreon.com/tjms to get access to my exclusive Patreon-only content. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm here Monday through Friday. Just subscribe down below. I'm like looking at the camera. Subscribe somewhere down below. By the way, my music guy, link in the description. It's my brother. He made my intro music, Rob Mom Music, on SoundCloud. Click his profile, check him out. Follow me on Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe, and have a great Monday, a great week. And yeah, just send it. I guess that's what I'm going to end this on. Whatever that means to you, just send it. All right, guys, love you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.